The question comes, should you really hate a rival? I mean, it's such a mean, nasty word. But in the case of clean, old-fashioned hate, there's really no other choice. Welcome to venerable Bobby Dodd Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, home of the rambling wreck of Georgia Tech. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFB this year, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on a team from the ACC, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Georgia likely to kick it deep to get things started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Georgia Tech's offense will get the first possession of the game. If you just can't get enough football, well, Georgia Tech was the look for you last year. Between the hedges, they went 8 overtimes before the Dogs finally prevailed. So are you guys ready to go another 8 extra rounds this time?
Absolutely not. I got a plane to catch. But I tell you what, it was one of the most exciting games in all of college football. And Tech with the huge lead early, all the momentum swings. And Palmer, obviously, in the booth was pretty solid, too.
It was one of those games, David, you just hated that somebody had to lose. And I think back to Haynes King at quarterback for Georgia Tech, throwing for over 300 yards, running for over 100 yards. He was incredible. There was one costly fumble. Was it targeting? Wasn't it targeting? The call went Georgia's way. And then we were running out of ways to describe two-point plays, and we were running out of espresso late in the game. Bring your espresso for this one. It's going to be fun.
And the big defensive front wins the battle. No gain on that play.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
And the DB making a huge play, knocking it away downfield. And the Yellow Jackets send out the punt unit. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. So Georgia's offense will have its first possession of the game. He's only got a few games left to make that final impression on Heisman voters, but based on the season he's had so far, he's certainly run his way well into contention, David.
It's been unbelievable. It's been unbelievable to be a running back to impact the game this much, consistently, week in, week out, take the physical pounding, and still be elite. Finishing this season will go a long way to deciding whether he wins the Heisman, but so far, Palmer, I've been impressed.
Man, the durability is just something to behold. And when you think back to former Heisman winners at the position, especially at Alabama, guys like Mark Ingram or Derrick Henry, that's what those guys had as well. They seemed to get better as games went on, but they also got better as the season went on, and that's what this guy's doing now.
They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. The Bulldogs moving quickly to the line. Quickly out to the tight end. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Still some work to do after that last completion at second down. Looking to fire. It's complete on the right side. Oh, he's got some space. Huge gain before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it first and goal. So close to cashing it in for this offense. The snap sets up the throw. Back's looking for the goal line. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. They moved him forward to the 2. Now it's second and goal. Trying to pound it in. And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3. The defense trying to make a stand on third and goal. Barrels ahead. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Drive for the offense is the balance. They were able to throw the football to set themselves up into position, and then he carries it in for the TD. You got to be able to keep defenses on their heels, and they did a nice job of that on this opening drive.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Finds the tight end. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. Last completion moves the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. They go to the ground. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, it's Lindsey. Working that left side now. He'll get it out to the 43-yard line. That's where they mark him out of bounds, and this offense is starting to do a little work. The Yellow Jackets line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Grabbed in the middle, it's Allen. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line. And the Yellow Jackets are on the move. Toss sweep to the right. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. That defender reacted immediately when he saw the play and just set his hair on fire toward the ball carrier.
And you got to see those plays. Those plays are very fast. It happens quick. There's no fake to a toss. It's pitching on the outside, trying to get to the wide side of the field. Great job by the defense. You got to set those edges by the defensive end, and everybody fly to the field.
Ball spotted at the 27. They're facing a 3rd and long to try to keep their hopes of a touch. Turning it on! He gets it into the red zone, but not quite to the line to gain. They'll mark it at the 18, and it's 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit. The holder will spot it about 35 yards out. Absolutely perfect. That'll bring him to within 4. They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Pulls it in. It's Mills. Still on his feet at the 45. Flying down the right side. Touchdown, Dogs! He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. Great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. And field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, you're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. Bottom line, when plays present themselves, you've just simply got to make them.
While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat line. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a 1st down.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Looking for a man. It's Lindsey. With the catch, it's Allen. There he goes. Huge play there into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 46. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far. Starting to get things moving. It's 1st and 10. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking for a gap. It's Braswell. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. That's reeled in. It's Braswell. Tackled right at the 43-yard line, and this D didn't let him sniff that first down marker. The Yellow Jackets decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And nobody able to handle that punt. They'll let it bounce and roll out of bounds. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on the perimeter, David. Just find a way to get these guys the ball in space.
And you already started, man. Making that big play, opening up this offense. This quarterback is feeling good about himself. I wouldn't be surprised if they give it right back to him.
Got enough for the first. Brought down at the 47, but not before he ripped off 15. Georgia going up tempo. They are letting the big dogs eat on the ground.
Pound, pound, pound. The dog pound. Run the football. Be physical. You can go back when Vince Dooley won a championship. Herschel Walker. You go all through the names. So many great running backs that run with an edge that are dogs.
They're going to run it. Breaks into the open. Brought down at the 38. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down. The Dogs are on the move. The offense changing the play. Looking to throw on first down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. 2nd down coming. So now it's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Throws to the wideout. Got his man downfield. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. Looking to throw. Got it in the middle. It's Haynes. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. Back to pass. Grab behind the line. It's Pringle. Touchdown, Georgia! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown.
Georgia, 22. Georgia Tech, 3.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. On the move, it's Braswell. Sweet cut there. Got enough for the first down. And he's ridden to the ground, but there's also a flag down. Let's check the call. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. The give on the inside. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Gives it to the back on the draw. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line. Dropping back, it's Lindsey. Finds his tight end. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. And the Yellow Jackets racing to the line in a hurry-up. Uncorks it. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot. The Rambling Wreck and the Dogs have been fighting it out for a long time. You know, people forget Georgia Tech was a charter member of the SEC. That was a long time ago. First meeting back in 1893.
Yeah, and reportedly they wanted to join the SEC later, and Georgia said no. But how about this? Tech has a line devoted to Georgia in their fight song about how much they hate them. So that gives you an idea of how deep the hate is.
Looking downfield on first down. Pulls it in. It's Braswell. Crosses the 35. Out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play. Spotted at the 32. The Yellow Jackets come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking for space. It's Braswell. It continues to be a long day as they are just swarming every time he gets the ball. Under fire. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that early throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
And I'm not going to say that was a must-score, but that was a must-score. And this offense delivers right before the half. Everything's starting to pick up. Hopefully now you build some momentum. You cut it to a 2-score game. Got to build on this momentum in the second half.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the right. Picked off. What a play to set him up. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
And that's a play the defense absolutely had to have. They've given up some big plays in this first half, and they're down on the scoreboard right now. Something positive needed to happen. Maybe that's the interception that changes the momentum in this game. It's now up to their offense to try and score some points here before the first half ends.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking downfield, it's Lindsey. Right down the middle. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in this...
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. And it's no good. He missed it. After the missed field goal, it is still a 12-point game. Just over 30 seconds to play here in the first half as they take over 1st and 10. Fires to the wideout. Got him downfield. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line. At first down. To the air on first down. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the big fella. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Here comes the heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks talk about it all the time. They love the clean pocket where they can step up, throw the football. That is not what they had. Nice job by the defense, beating the offensive line, disrupting the time.
Intercepted for the 11th time this season. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. Inside the 35. Across the 25, he's got room. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
And I love this offense, man. Staying aggressive. Just because you got the lead, you know people can score points in bunches. This offense keeps the foot on the accelerator, scores again on the final play. Now this offense has even more of a cushion going into halftime.
He's got it. Two-point try is good as they build on this lead. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, the Governor's Cup is on the line, and already the Dogs and Ramblin' Wreck have given us some impressive moments. And this has just been a passing clinic, really, by both offenses. They've effectively stretched these defenses, forcing the secondaries to cover every blade of grass, and they've still racked up big plays. Man or zone, pick your poison, or lay some blame at the feet of those pass rushers who can't do anything against the maulers on that offensive line.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They opened this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
Oh, it goes right through his hands, and he will think about that one for a while. It'll be third down. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the second down misfire. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Pringle. He gets it past the first down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the first down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going fast.
Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
That is a really good-looking throw. And you think about the expectation level now for quarterbacks in Georgia. Matthew Stafford was the #1 pick overall. Stetson Bennett won 2 national championships. Imagine the pressure on this guy. But when you see throws like that, he makes you believe that he can step up and lead this team to yet another natty.
Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. And the Dogs pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Firing to the right, complete. Touchdown, Dogs! And the pummeling has started. Things getting tough for the Jackets as the hairy Dogs putting the bite into this one.
Georgia owning the Jackets, and they've owned this series, this rivalry, the hatred between the two. Right now, it's looking like that Governor's Cup going straight to the Dogs.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner will be brought down. The Ramblin' Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Off the play fake on first down. That's caught. It's Taylor. Oh, he's got some space. And he was able to shed a tackle and pick up the first down before they finally get him on the ground. They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. Wants to throw. It's Lindsey. Right on the money. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Backed up now. Here's second and long. Looking to fire. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
Well, this offense keeps giving up sacks, and they keep finding themselves in situations like this, third and long right now. They don't have many points in this game, and this is a big reason why. It's hard to score if you don't keep the third downs manageable. So moving forward, whether it's running the football on first and second or throwing short passes earlier in the drives, they've got to change things up because taking sacks like this is killing this offense.
And the Yellow Jackets have this offense rolling. Wants to throw on first down. Finds his man. It's Braswell. And he slips the first defender and picks up a handful of yards. The Yellow Jackets can really attack on this second and short. Give to the single back. He's knocked down behind the line of scrimmage again, and this just hasn't been his day. Nowhere to run. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Got it set up on the outside. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. And the Yellow Jackets will call on their punt team. Going to make sure he doesn't get a return on this one as the punt bounces out of bounds. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. On the ground, it's Pringle. Turning it on. The 40. The 30. The 10. Touchdown, Georgia! He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him.
And this dude has been a problem today. Almost 200 yards rushing, rips off another long run. He has been impossible to stop. They featured him, and Palmer, I would continue to feature him.
Yeah, I would too, David. I think he's the definition of a running back that gets better as the game goes on. The more and more you give him the football, he just seems to get stronger. He seems to get faster. People do not want to tackle this guy for 60 minutes. He is putting on a show.
Rides to back and leaves it. Works his way ahead for 3. They'll spot it at the 18. Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. Caught in the backfield, it's Taylor. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Pinned just inside their own 20, they need to convert on 3rd and short. Motion from the wideout. To the air, it's Lindsey. Zings it complete to the right. He ended up losing yardage on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. We've reached the break, and Georgia is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up.
Georgia Tech, 10.
The Yellow Jackets will punt it away on 4th down.
To kick it away.
Take the return out of the equation in this rainy weather. Fair catch is signaled for and made. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. After that last explosive running play, David, why not just try it again, right?
I mean, why not? Such a big, long, explosive run. You think, Jesse, maybe give it to him again? Or you say, hey, QB, throw that thing out there.
I think you keep it on the ground, David. Honestly, I was watching the offensive line. They were fired up after that long touchdown run. You know they just want to go back out there again and get some push.
3rd and short now. They snap it from their own 46. Now the play fake. Buys a little extra time. He'll try. There he goes. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. Georgia comes quickly to the line.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job, nice athleticism, good decision to take off scrambling and help his offense, but
a shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6. And that might be a dagger. They push the lead out, and they are now setting their sights on their 12th straight win. He wants to throw it. They've extended this lead, guys, and the defense on him, and he will go down. Sacked on the 2-point try. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. He'll bring it out. It's Isaac. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. And he never had a chance to get the pitch off on the option as he's tackled in the backfield. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. To the air, it's Grimes. Gets it out quickly. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to run it. He'll make a play on 3rd down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32. And the Yellow Jackets come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Off play action. Unloads to the wideout. Got it in the middle. It's Stockton. Lots of green grass as he gets into the 31. His offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
And winning 1st downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on 1st down that they're going to run the footballs.
Headed to the end zone. And he'll take it in for the touchdown. It won't have much impact on the outcome of the game, but it is a fabulous parting gift, a consolation prize, if you will.
I think it's a good sign for coaches to see that their team is still fighting. They're getting blown out in this game. Nothing has gone their offense's way. They've been outmatched. But here in the 4th quarter, you like to see guys competing. You like to see guys still trying to fight. Because as a coach, you want to know, next time you take the field, which guys you can depend on and what you can build off.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Looking to throw on 1st down. Caught over the middle. It's Pringle. Breaks into the open. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32. Georgia going up tempo.
Man, this just starts to hurt your pride, right? You're down by several scores. It's in the 4th quarter, and they keep making big plays. This is something where you just got to buck up. You got to do something about it. You got to find something down deep and go make a play so you can get the ball back and maybe get back in this game.
2nd and short, maybe looking for a shot. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. They have this game in hand right now. We'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. Line needing just inches for the first. Wants to throw again. He's got the tight end. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a 1st down in the red zone at the 14. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Quarterback may change this route. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Makes the grab. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. What can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation, and they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track meet, and that's really what we saw in this game today. But opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
And a great job by the receiving team. When you see the football kick, man, you got to be smart. How fast it's coming, if I'm ready to catch it, if it needs to go to the next wave. Nice job being organized, seeing it, and executing well.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. The Yellow Jackets have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Catch in the middle, it's Allen. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Now facing a 3rd and long. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one. They went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and you keep trying to score points because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today, we can kick them in the face? And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Hubs it downfield. Finds a man on the left. Lots of running room. He goes out of bounds after the big play, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Let's see what that one's about. Some penalties hurt a little bit more or a lot more than other ones. That one wipes out a huge game. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Pocket breaking down. Snags it on the right. Offense will use a timeout. 19 seconds left in the game. Georgia ready to dial it up on another first down. Making side adjustments here. Looking downfield on first down. Looking for a huge play. And the DB right with him to knock it away. 4th quarter, huge lead. I'm not really sure why you need to take that kind of shot.
You don't. You definitely don't need to. You can run the clock. You can run the football. You can make sure that you're playing it safe and conservative. Or you can just go for rub it in your face, eat that. I don't like the other coach.
A low line drive and short kick. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. To the air, it's Grimes. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Can't get him to the ground. They get the timeout and the clock reads 3 seconds. After this, it'll be a wrap. Gonna swing it on 2nd down. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And they can't connect, but the flag flies, and I think this is going to be pass interference. Pass interference. Defense. What a helpless feeling for this defense to commit that penalty and pretty much end the game. Wants to go up top on first down. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. The clean, old-fashioned hate was evident, and now Georgia Tech has even more reason to hate the Dogs because the red and black come out on top. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.